Hi everyone, this is Charmaine from Fantastic Crafts. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful Monday and have a wonderful week. Today we're going to be doing this watercolor stamped flower card. It is a very I guess, fun card that you can play around with. It doesn't have any boundaries or limits. You just play and get your creative juices flowing again. So I start with Distress Oxide. Oh, actually, not Distress Oxide, but this is the Tim Holtz watercolor paper. And I use this paper for my Distress Oxides as well. Then I use the Alton New stamp set. So to begin, I set all my flowers to the arrangement I wanted. I had no particular idea or any particular way of doing this. I just kind of had all the flowers in some kind of an arrangement on the corner. I knew I wanted it only on one corner. So then I picked all those flowers up using my Fisker stamp press. And then I used my VersaFine Onyx black ink, and I love using this one. Not only does it do fine detail stamping, it is also the best stamp ink for watercoloring with because it does not smear the ink. Then I got these new, actually they're quite old, but this is my first time using them. This is called the Aqua Flows by Spectrum Noir. And I use my Nuvo little water brush to just kind of wet my flowers and then go in with those aqua flows and just blend those colors together and then blend it with the Nuvo water brush again. That's what I did for the first flower, and then I realized that's not really how I wanted to do it. I wanted to kind of put it on a block or any acetate, whatever you have that's non-porous, and I wanted to just take that color and spread it all over that flower. And I didn't have any magic to this or any kind of technique. I just smeared color onto the paper. Literally, that's what I did. And I think that's the best way to watercolor because you just get really gorgeous look. And this is just one kind of look, and this is the look I was going for. So once I was done with that purple color, I went on to the green. What I wanted to do with the green at first was take it to create some leaves. So I took my Nuvo water brush again and created some leaves just wherever I felt like needed a little bit more green. The remainder of my color, I just used it to put on the other side of my paper because I wanted the colors to kind of contrast with each other and give this beautiful look. And any extra color I had, I just did my ink smushing technique that I love, and it's super easy, and just smushed it onto the paper. I then took a darker color using that same Spectrum Noir Aquaflow colors, and I did the same exact thing. I used my Nuvo drop, put some water onto that block, and then I did the ink smushing technique. Once I did that and the paper was completely dry, I realized I really wanted to have more dimension on my leaves. So all I did was I took my leaves from that same stamp set and I just stamped it with my VersaFine Onyx black ink right where I had kind of colored in the green, just to give those leaves a little bit more body and just look more like leaves. And while I was doing this, I realized what I really wanted to do was make more like splatters of paint on my background. And this card is a lot of layering, a lot of different techniques, a lot of playing and having fun. So I kind of went ahead with that and just took that blue and kind of ink smushed and also splattered some paint. And once I did that, I really wanted to have a more of a floral background. So I took those leaves again. I really just wanted to play with snaps, honestly. And so I just took those leaves and I made a little border around the card. And of course, when I completed that, I felt like my card needed a little bit more stamping. So I went ahead with a few more of those flowers and stamped it onto that top part to kind of create an L. And it's really pretty when you do that. It just, I don't know, I really like it. And then your sentiment can go on the top, and it's just, I think it looks really pretty. To add a little bit more sparkle to my card, I took my Daniel Smith watercolor paints, and all I did was I just mixed it a little bit together and put it on my leaves. I did not put any on the flower, but I did put it on the leaves to give the leaves more of a sheen to them. Once I was done with that, I took the same Daniel Smith colors. Actually, this time I used a darker blue color. I mixed that up, and again, I did the inks splattering, but this time just with my Nuvo brush. And I think that really finished the card off really nicely because it gave that painterly look, and I love that look, and it's perfect with the watercolor. I wanted to have a nice little border on my card, so I cut this panel down to an eighth of an inch smaller all the way around, so it just creates this really nice border. I took my Distress Oxide ink, and I wanted to, of course, ink the edges of these because I think inking edges gives a very finished and nice look on all cards. It makes it seem like that panel was exactly where it needed to be. I wanted to put this on a black piece of cardstock or card base because I thought it would pop all those flowers up a little bit more, and I also used some foam squares to pop that up. For my sentiment, I used this sentiment from the stamp set. And I had the scrap piece of paper just laying around. It was a black cardstock that I had put some Daniel Smith color on to give it more of a shimmer. So I used some Buddhist Monroe alabaster ink, and I just stamped it onto that cardstock. And I cut that out very, very thin because that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a thin little sentiment just to be on that top part of my panel to just give it that. I wanted that background to still show, so I didn't want the sentiment to take away from anything. So I once again used some double-sided tape, foam tape, to raise those sentiment up so it is shown more, and that completes the card. I think it came out gorgeous. It came out exactly how I wanted it to come out. And I love the ink splatters because that is what just completes the card for me. Now, I hope you guys give this card a try because it really, really is fun, and it really makes you kind of go out of your box and your comfort zone and just play. And I know sometimes we all need that just to have a little bit more fun. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the card. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a very big giveaway as soon as I reach 500 subscribers, and I'm very, very close to it. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye.